Hi there. We've all been hearing a lot recently about the importance of personal protection equipment. It's a global issue. There's not enough of it to go round. It's a problem all over the UK, it appears, and even here in Guernsey, it's something that really does concern our health authorities. And I've been thinking about the need for us in lockdown to each put on our PPE, our personal protection equipment, to keep us during this time of spiritual pressure and boredom and all the other things that we face. And I was reading during the week in Ephesians chapter 6 from verses 10 to 18, where St. Paul tells us that we need to put on the armour of God so that we can take our stand against the devil's schemes. Because our struggle is not against flesh and blood, but against invisible things, invisible powers. And I was thinking about invisible viruses, and against the spiritual forces of evil in heavenly realms. My mum used to say, the devil finds work for idle hands to do. And sometimes in the boredom of this lockdown, it may be true for each one of us. So we need to put on the armour of God each day. And I'm going to suggest that adapting loosely Ephesians chapter 6 and verses 10 to 18, here's my personal protection equipment for us in lockdown. Finally, be strong in the Lord and in his mighty power. Put on the visor of faith instead of fear, so that you can focus on Jesus and protect yourself from infection that might otherwise contaminate your sight. Wear the mask of hope that will purify everything you say and prevent you from spreading the germs of despair among others. Put on the scrubs that show you are someone who cares, wearing that badge of care with pride, understanding that God's calling is still upon your life, even in this crisis. Take up the gloves of someone who is willing to get their hands dirty in a season that calls for small acts of kindness in a world of panic, grief, and fear. Tie on the apron of humility like Jesus did when he became a slave and washed his disciples' feet. And above all these, hold on to the mobile phone of prayer and stay connected with God and with others, and breathe deeply the oxygen of God's Spirit and his word daily to sustain your spiritual life.